hello, bridge friends, and welcome to Polling You number 80, part number 4. We've made it, and Santa's back. And once again, we have some 6-5 hands in the minor suits. This will be hand number 5C through hand 5F, and we'll take a look at some scenarios. One, the last one we played, which is a 6-5-2-0. Our partner has the other suits, the majors. We'll see how we do in 3 no trump. That's a 14-point hand, you may recall. Then we'll add 1 point, 15 points. It's looking better in the south hand, but it'll be 2 singletons, a singleton king and a singleton queen. What do you think about that? 15 points with some questionable singletons. Our partner's bid suit, though. Interesting, yes? You probably won't see these with a lot of bridge teachers, but here at Bridge Hands, well, we'll sometimes go where angels fear to tread, just to kind of see how we do and see some of those challenging hands. Then we'll take a look where opener has a nice 6-5-2-0, where they have 4 losers and 3 losers. And we'll see how we do in game or slam with those auctions. So, are you ready? Okay, let's jump in. See you at the table. Okay, so in our first hand, this is hand 5C in part number 4, we're going to have the same hands as we did before, different auction. And you recall is that rather than opening 2 clubs with 4 to 4.5 losers and requires quite a few re-entries up to 4, we're going to take it a little easy. So it was 1 diamond, a pass, 1 spade, the top of 2 5-card suits. Certainly no bid at this point by the east hand with ace, queen 5 times and opening values themselves. Now, some people want to do 3 clubs, some will do 2 clubs. 2 clubs by this south, back to north. Now it is for sure 2 hearts. Okay, after 2 hearts, new suit by the responder should be forcing, and we're going to go ahead and either bid 3 clubs or 3 diamonds, different styles for different players. And at any rate, it's going to be a 3-heart rebid by north, showing that they have at least 5 spades, and now bidding hearts the second time, they have at least 5 there. South this time is going to accept and rebid 3 no trump. It's not easy to do that when you have a 6-5-2-0, but you're hoping that you're going to maybe be able to get 6 diamonds if you can get a finesse, and the king of diamonds is on side. Okay, so opening lead. What would you lead now? You have king 4 times in clubs, you have jack 3 times in hearts, 3 medium diamonds, which south has been bidding again and again, and you have 10, 8, 6 in spades. Well, oftentimes in this type of an auction where they end up in 3 no trump, you want to lead the second bid suit by one of the players, unless you have some extra values in your hand, and you don't this time. If you lead the king of clubs, they're going to make the auction. It's going to go up to the queen. The king of diamonds is on side, and they're eventually going to get a heart for their 9th trick. If you lead a heart, although it's hard to lead away from jack 3rd, I don't like that idea very much, but it is a second bid suit by north. And you don't have many points, and if they just got to a game of 25 points, your partner could have an opening hand. In fact, they do, don't they? So you want to cooperate with the partner. So leading a heart, other than the jack, turns out it is the best lead. So you lead a heart. We'll give double dummy play, give the defenders the benefit. I don't think most of them will find this line, but we'll take a look at it and see if we can learn something from it. Okay, so they go with the ace, 3rd hand high. That would be a loser play. A winner play would be one of the others. And why is that? We normally say 3rd hand high. We're pretty insistent on it. There are some times, though, where there's a benefit not to. Well, we want our partner to come back in what suit from east perspective? The spades, yeah. We want to cash our queen and ace of spades. We see that singleton queen of clubs. We're hoping that maybe our partner has the ace or king and can blank that, squash it. So we want to encourage a suit switch. Now it's a stretch. Your partner may not think you have the ace, and I don't know what to say other than on this hand, it works out if the heart is led and you duck it the first round. If you can get them in and get them to do a switch. Yes, I know you've got opening hand, and you see just about opening for the north and south, so you're not so sure if they're going to have a high club or not. But that's your only chance. Let's see how it works out. Okay, after winning the King of Hearts, yeah, you want to go ahead and see if you can do something to do a finesse on the diamond suit, I suppose. You could go ahead and play that club. So in this case, a low club up to the queen, and certainly they're going to cash the king over in the west hand. So if you would have gone up with the heart before, then heart continuation wouldn't turn out well. But since your partner doesn't seem to have the ace of hearts, and they're not trying to promote that spade suit, yeah, you might go ahead and play a spade. You heard that South has a lot in the minors, so a spade switch might seem like a reasonable thing to do, even though there's King Jack there. Let's see what happens. You switch to a spade, the only killing defense, and your partner wins with the queen, tries to resist, smiling and giving you a wink. And what do they do for their next play? Well, I say that they'll probably go ahead and play that club to go on back and do a little declaring play where they just go ahead, let them take their tricks, and if they can't get to that north hand, they certainly aren't going to get in spades, are they? Then they've got a problem. You've got the ace of hearts, so that covers the queen, doesn't it? Interesting now? Yes? Okay, so after they win the 10 of clubs, they play the ace of clubs, Jack of clubs, and we have to start pitching. We can pitch a couple spades, no problem. They play that last club, and now they've got ace, queen, 6 times in diamonds. I suppose they could play the ace of diamonds, hoping to find a singleton king. Not very likely. Or they can go with a low diamond up to the jack, and that's what they do. A low diamond up to the jack is covered by the king. It happens to be held by, unfortunately, the east hand. And now that you've got 3 tricks, don't fool around. You might not get your setting tricks. You've got those 2 aces. You cash out the ace of hearts, the ace of spades, and you did set them by 1. Now, I wouldn't say that necessarily many people are going to find this line of defense. Some are not going to lead the heart. They're going to want to lead a low club. The singleton queen gets a trick, and they're going to make their 9 tricks. But even if you do lead the heart, and as I say, oftentimes leading the second bid suit by the declarer or the responder oftentimes is a good lead, unless you have some values in your hand, a sequence, your partner's bid a suit, other reasons to do it. But leading that heart is the killing lead. You would sure think third hand should play high, doesn't it? If they play the ace, though, what's going to happen is they're then ultimately going to set up the suits and get their 9th trick. You can work that out on your own. So in this case, third hand high, not the first time. Very unusual line of defense, isn't it? Okay, so it looks like our declarer would have made 3 no trump except with the perfect line of play, starting with the heart, then switching to the spade. All right, let's go ahead and try some of our other hands. See you there. Okay, in our second hand in the series of our 5D, we're going to take a look at a little different combination. In fact, look at this. We've got 2 singleton honors. That's not our cup of tea that we were looking for, is it? In diamonds, 6 of them, ace, jack, 10, 6 times. In clubs, ace, jack, 10, 5 times. A singleton king of hearts and a singleton queen of spades. So we have 1 more point. We've gone from 14 to 15. But wouldn't you really like those honors to be working rather than lonely singleton king and queen? What are they worth? Take away maybe 1 point for each of them? So rather than 15, maybe you're more like 13. I don't know. It depends on what your partner has, and we don't know that. So we're certainly going to go slowly with this one. What's our suit quality in diamonds? 6 plus 3, ace, jack, 10, 6 times. But it's a very bad one, isn't it? You'd rather have ace, king, queen, ace, king, jack, ace, queen, jack, ace, jack, 10. Not so good, especially when we have some punky honors in the other suits. So we're going to go very slow on this one. 1 diamonds is sufficient. Same hands for the east and west, and for our north, they pretty much have the same hand. They picked up our queen of diamonds, and we've got something from them. We have 1 more point. So, okay, they're going to bid their 1 spade. We're going to go slowly. Don't even think about doing 3 clubs with this hand. You've got way too many losers. So you're going to bid 2 clubs. They're going to bid 2 hearts, back to 3 diamonds to show that you have long diamonds, longer than the clubs. and they're going to go 3 hearts. A singleton king, I don't think you want to pass. 3 no trump, let's give it a go. Your partner has bid the other suits, and your singletons now start to take some value. So it's over for the West hand to make the opening lead, and let's say it happens to be that small heart, which was a killing defense before. Now we've got a singleton, so if East doesn't go up with the ace, which third hand normally plays high, we're going to get a trick in there, aren't we? So let's let them have the benefit of having their best defense. And we're over there, we've picked up our cards, and here's our cards. We're looking at them as declare. We're kind of thinking about it when we see the dummy come down. And guess what? If somebody was to inadvertently, and inadvertency is the word here, you're not supposed to look at your opponent's cards, but who's going to see my cards as a right-hander? I hold the cards in my left hand, right? Who's more likely to see my cards, my left-hand opponent or my right-hand opponent? Well, as you can see, I'm holding the cards fairly normally, and you over to my right have a good chance to catch that I have a singleton king here, don't you? Singleton king of hearts. Especially when it's on this side of my hand, right? So we want to try to hold our cards squarely. We oftentimes don't, though. We tend to hold them open based upon the opposite hand we're holding. So we're holding them in our left hand, they tend to open to the right. Same if we hold them in the right hand, they tend to be where the other person's going to see them. So you want to, first off, is try to keep your hand where it's behind the table, not over the table, especially if you pull a card and it drops and hit the table, right? Secondly, you don't want it to be where your hand is open to where your right-hand opponent can see the cards if you're a righty. At any rate, let's see that they inadvertently did see our singleton king of hearts. Are they able to make use of that? Sure. They're not supposed to be looking at our hand, not to be going over in their cheeks and trying to catch a peek, but if they do see it, they're able to say, well, I better go up with my ace of hearts because they showed me they had a singleton. Oftentimes, good ethical players will say, just your cards to the opponent so they don't get those peaks. They don't want to look when ethically we're not supposed to. Our people across the pond and over England taught that, right? Ethics, this isn't poker, this is bridge. Okay, so let's say it's a lead of a small heart, and we want to play low with a singleton king. Let's say they do go up with the ace and caught with it as a singleton, and they then go ahead and play a club back and play that king as they did before from our partner's hand. And what if they do a spade switch? Well, our queen falls. We're having singleton honors fall everywhere, aren't we? Okay, well, that's enough of that. So now they go ahead and play another club. We get in with our club. We can go ahead and clear the club suit, pitch some hearts from the north hand. That's not going to go anywhere. We can go ahead and bear down to a singleton queen, which is boss, right? Okay, now we can go ahead and play our club, and now we play the diamond up to the queen, and the king catches, right there, king catches there, and that's all we can do on that. But at any rate, when they come back, they can either come back with a spade to the dummy, that's going to win, or they can play the diamond, and we've got the rest of the tricks anyway. So we've made our 9-trick game. So that was a little spooky, wasn't it? I'm not suggesting that when you've got a 6-5-1-1 that you want to play in no trump. But when you don't have the honors in those suits, the majors, or in this case, the minors, yes, I think that you're probably better off playing in 3 no trump, provided your partner has bid both suits. And as you saw, there was no killing defense on this situation. Okay, well, that was a tough one. Let's go ahead and see how we do back in the 6-5, where we have most of our points in the chunky long suits, which normally will happen, right? And see how we can do there, if we can find ourselves games and slams. Well, okay, we're approaching the end, and how about now if we give you a chance to go ahead and try your bids, and we'll see how we can do. These last two, I think you can do it, so let's see how we do. This is hand 5E. South is a dealer. It's that 6-5-2-0 in diamonds, ace queen 10 6 times in clubs, ace king jack 10 5 times, 2 small hearts. What's your idea on hand evaluation, and what's your call here? Well, are we going to use suit quality and losing trick count? Yes, I think we are. We have ace queen 10 6 times in diamonds. It's just barely there, but look at the club suit. Right. Ace, king, jack, 10, 5 times, and the two small hearts. Everything's working. So if we have a semi-self-sustaining suit, just barely getting us there, but a great accompanying suit, how many losers do we have? 2 for hearts, 1 for clubs, 1 for diamonds, 4. Do you want to open 2 clubs or 1 diamond? Remember, this is the minors. I think 1 diamond. Now, we're not going to say that we have high card points in clubs, 8, in diamonds, 6, 14. We know that we have at least 3 more distribution points there, but our losing trick count is 4. So I believe we should go 1 diamond. If it was the majors, both of them were majors, sure. If you want to open up 2 clubs, fine. But remember, we need an extra trick to make 11 trick game. We're certainly not going to be interested in 3 no trump with everything in the 2 minor suits. So 1 diamond it is. A pass over by the west, our partner north bids what? They have a 5-5-2-1, king, jack, 9, 5 times in spades, queen, 10, 5 times in hearts. Singleton, queen of clubs, and jack, doubleton, diamonds. Yes, with a 5-card suit, we start with a higher ranking suit, responding 1 spade. Okay, back to south. What's your next call? 2 clubs, 3 clubs, some order of diamonds? 3 clubs. The strong jump shift, forcing 1 round when they're both in the minors. Not to game, because we can't say that we can go to the 5 level for sure. We're not sure if we're going to end up in 3 no trump. Okay, back to north. You've heard the minors, diamonds, and a jump rebid to clubs. You have a forcing bid. What are you going to bid? 3 hearts. Yes, you want to show that second suit. After 3 hearts south, what's your call? We might be thinking about 3 no trump. Anything else? How about 4 diamonds? Yeah, I think you want to go beyond 3 no trump. 3 no trump may have a decent play. We've got some pretty good cards here in the minors that look like they will promote. But 4 diamonds, you might have some interest in slam still. You've got 4 losers, and your partners should have a couple cover cards there when they have responded. Now they're bidding again, although we do have a misfit, it appears. After 4 diamonds north, what now? I think 5 diamonds, yes. I don't think you want to do any cubit or anything else. You want to bid hearts again. So 5 diamonds it is, and the opening lead is going to be a middle diamond, but I think we can see what's going to happen. We're going to catch that king of diamonds sooner or later. We're not going to have any club losers. That queen of clubs is going to take care of our 4, and then we got the others. So we have 2 heart losers is what we have. In fact, unless they take off with a spade lead, we could make 5 no trump as well, but 5 diamonds is probably our contract. If you're in 3 no trump, you may find 3 no trump making 5, you may make 4. Okay, all right, let's take a look at the last hand. Now we're going to get a good juicy hand. Well, okay, bridgers out there, this is our last hand in the set, the 4th. This is 5F. So once again, you're at the helm, and here we go. South is the dealer. Here's the hands. Ace, king, 10, 6 times. Before we had ace, queen, 10, 6 times. And in clubs, ace, king, jack, 5 times. No 10 this time. And in hearts, king, doubleton. What's your call? Semi-self-sustained suit or better? Yeah, we like ace, king better than ace, queen, 10. So we have 1 loser in diamonds. Semi-self-sustaining suit? Yes. 6 and 3 is 9. Okay, our losing trick count then? How many in diamonds? 1. How many in hearts? 1. How many in clubs? 1. Missing the queen. 3 losers. Now we saw that we were in the major suit and had 4 losers. We'd probably open 2 clubs and then go ahead and start bidding our major suits. In this case, with 3 losers, even though they're in the minors, I'd say yes. We'll go ahead and make a 2 club opener. Now we normally like to have 4.5 tricks, but in fact we do have 4.5 tricks, don't we? 2 aces, 2 kings, and an outside king of hearts. So by all measures, I think, yes, this is definitely going to be a 2-club opener. A pass. And over to North. Maybe 2 spades for some of you. Others might say I want 2 of the top 3. But with all these other sidebar honors, I think you might want to see if you can find a major suit fit, although you kind of have a feeling that if you have 2 5-card majors, your partner's either got 1 really long minor or both long minors. At any rate, 2 spades probably a lot of people will do. Others would want 2 of the top 3, and they would bid 2 diamond waiting. And if you're going to end up in a diamond contract, who's going to be the one that's declare the North hand? That's another story. Okay, so 2 spades comes back to South. What then after hearing 2 spades? Yes, you have to bid your suit at the 3 level, don't you? 3 diamonds. To North, now what? 3 hearts. You want to show your second suit. You're showing 5-4. It could be 5-5. Back to South. After hearing 4 hearts, the auction is getting high. The ozone is up there. What do you want to do after 4 hearts? You want to play in 4 hearts? No, I think you have too strong a hand with 3 losers. So you're going to bid 5 diamonds to show you have longer length in that diamond suit, and you're a 2-suiter. North, now what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 high card points. I think you can count them with your partner with the 2-club opener. I think you can count your singletons in their suit. 6 diamonds or pass 5 diamonds? Well, we're not certain. We like the fact that we have a queen, and even the Jack Doubleton, once it's been bid a couple times. There's no guarantees, is there, on this? But the fact that you get a nice chunky bonus, 500-point bonus, yes, in social rubber bridge or in duplicate team games, it would be worth the risk, I think, even if it's on a finesse. So it would be 6 diamonds, and the opening lead would be a diamond, probably, a middle diamond, a nice safe lead. And goes to the queen, goes to the ace in the South. And after winning the East Queen of Diamonds with their ace, what's our play strategy? Well, it doesn't look like we have any club losers, do we? Unless they have 5-2 against us, right? We have 5-1, that's 6, they've got 7. So if they're 4-3, the 60% or so odds, we're in pretty good shape there. We're going to lose 1 heart. Looks like our diamonds will be okay if the finesse is on. And the finesse was on. They went ahead and played it. So that's good. So, okay, we can go ahead and play a club up to the queen. I don't believe they're going to rough it. They're not going to be 6-0 against us. So, okay, so far so good. We can now play a spade and rough in. We had 5-0, so they're not going to be roughing it right away. It's not going to be 8-0 against us. So, okay, we roughed in. We can now go ahead and play another club and rough it with the Jack of Diamonds. We don't have to worry about a 5-0 split against us now, do we, this way? You see this? This person is not taking any risks. And why take needless risks if you can find a winning line of play? The Jack has been high, is promoted after that Diamond Queen had came out. So, okay, another spade. Good. Go ahead and rough it again. And you go ahead and now play some diamonds, a top diamond. And you have 1 more diamond out. We play the 10 of diamonds, captures the last diamond, the 8. We can pitch a spade from the dummy. Spades, we can go all the way down to a singleton if we need to. But at this point, we can go ahead and take our clubs, the ace of clubs, the king of clubs, the jack of clubs, and we've got a split king-queen. They're going to get the ace. So we can play a low heart to the queen. They win it with the ace. They come with the ace of spades. We rough in, and we capture the king of hearts on the last one. So everything worked very nicely on that hand. We did have the onside finesse of the queen doubleton. That helped to get us our extra trick, didn't it? And rather than to take a chance with maybe a bad 5-card club suit against us, the way it was played, going to the queen to rough in, and then come back by roughing the second club with the jack, which is now the promoted boss card, we're guaranteed to get our 6-level slam. Okay, well done. Well, out there in Bridge World, congratulations. You're all graduates, and it's time, Santa says, for us to go ahead and do the graduation. Put our tassel over on the other side. You did very well in those last couple hands. I think at this time you have a good feeling on suit quality, semi-self-sustaining suits 9, or self-sustaining suit quality of 10, using our suit length and the number of honors, especially where there's good primary honors. We saw the value, in fact, of primary honors in bidding slam, didn't we? We took a look at secondary suits, certainly with the 6-5 hands. We wish we had major suits. Sometimes we had minors like we did here, and we saw that to make a strong opening bid, it's better if you have 3 losers in the self-sustaining suit than you have 4. But in the majors, if you have a losing trick count of 4, sure, by all means, especially if they're good honor-bound suits. We took a look at the responder in some of the ways they could help. Particularly, we saw one today where we had a ace of clubs, and it made all the difference. It made 2 tricks difference. So that can be helpful also. You recall we took a look at some of the situations where we were in 3 no trump. Sometimes the opponents will make a mistake, but oftentimes when we have a 6-5 hand in the minors, we would really probably rather play in a minor suit game, or if we don't have a lot of honors and we maybe only have about 13 points, we maybe want to be in a part score. But sometimes people, the opponents, give us gifts, and sometimes we bid 3 no trump when we shouldn't, and we give them gifts, don't we? So kind of taking a look where we've been. You recall way back we took a look at the criteria for doing a losing trick count is we need to have a partnership fit when we don't have a really long, strong suit. We bid 1 spade, our partner bids 2 spades, we have a 6 loser hand, then we can go ahead and, knowing that our partner probably only has 2 cover cards, we can look for some help in a side suit where we have 2 or 3 losers in a side suit. Our partner can help, they go to game if they have 2.5 cover cards. If they can't help, they just sign off at the 3 level of the suit. But when we have a 5 loser hand and our partner should have ostensibly about 2 cover cards, it's in the major, 5 take away 2 is 3 losers. That's a 4 level contract. We should be in game. So that's where we did our forcing bid. So 1 spade, 2 spades. If we have a 5 loser hand, we go right to 4. We then took a look at the 5, 4, 3, 1 hands where we had 6 losers. Once again, if we had 5 losers, we once again went to game. We forced game. And if we had a really good hand, maybe a 4 loser hand, then if we didn't open 2 clubs for some reason, maybe we didn't think our honors were good, it was like that ace, queen, 10, something like that, then we would do something where we would be making some forcing bids. Maybe even if our partner made a good bid like 1 spade to 3 spades, we may be interested in exploring the slam, going 4 no trump or cube bidding aces if we have a worthless doubleton. So we've covered a lot of material over the last several months, and I think it's time to take a little breath of fresh air. This was supposed to be an extra, which didn't have too many hands, but we got up to 12 somehow. So I think in the coming year what we're going to do is we're going to take a little breath of fresh air before we get into that deep, dark subject of reverses, and we're going to have some shorter lessons, shorter hands, on a variety of topics now that we are very well versed on losing trick count, suit quality, cover cards, and the like. So that's our plan for next year. I hope you have a good holiday, and Santa gets you some treats at the bridge table and beyond. And on behalf of all of us here at Bridge Hands, happy trails to you, have great holidays, and we'll see you next year. Thanks. Have a good day now.